Hi, I'm Jerry Drager. We're here at Drager's Clubhouse, and I want to present to you an outstanding Mustang. Now, this Mustang has had quite a life. A gentleman in Southern California, out in the Mojave Desert area, bought this car on eBay. It was red at the time, and anyway, he thought he had a really neat buy. I've got pictures of this car. It was red with a red and white pony interior in it. It looked really good. But I got close-up photos, and they don't look all that good. The paint was really poorly done and everything, yet it looked good from a distance. So he got the car. He was not happy, so he stripped it all the way down, pulled it all apart. We know he replaced the big floor pan in the back there and everything. The engine's been out of it. It's been rebuilt. He rebuilt the C4 automatic transmission, but he wasn't happy with the C4, so he put the overdrive transmission in it. So now it's got an overdrive automatic in it, and I got to tell you, it's just a stunning car. He really did a nice job on it. I mean, I have a book full of photos from way back when it was red and white, and I mean, there are just lots of photos of here, the restoration on it. I got lots and lots of receipts. That's not all of them, that's just some of them. And again, like I say, I got another packet down here with more photos in it. But these are just some of the photos I have of this car before, during, and after the restoration. Now, this car is really nice. It's fully loaded with GT options. It is not a GT, but it's got all the options on it pretty much. And it's got disc brakes on the front now, and it's got air, and the air blows cold. We'll show you that. And it's got the Deluxe pony interior in it. It's got a console. It's got the rally pack. It's got the wood grating. Carroll Shelby signed the glove box door. And I have two of these Mustangs in stock right now, this ember glow color. Now, I can tell from the pictures, we cannot tell because the door tag is missing, but I'm pretty sure that this was an original ember glow car. And now that I have another one up here, and they're both stunning cars, and I wouldn't know which one to tell you to buy. The interesting thing on this car, it had all the options on it, did not have power steering on it. So we took it to Brad's and had them install power steering on it. It's got the steering box power steering set up on it, and not the RAM like they normally have stock. You will really like this car. You'll like this one back here too, just as well. This one's got a 347 cubic inch engine in it now, and it's automatic and power steering, so I got two really stunning Mustangs for you to look at. Brad's Custom did the service and safety check on this car. I mean, he went over it very thoroughly. He installed a later style power steering setup on it, and I want to tell you, it just runs and drives great now. He really did a nice job on it, and we wanted to make sure it was in great shape. Driver's side on this car is beautiful. I mean, it's nice and straight. There's a little spot right there, I see. And this all looks good. This boot looks good on here. Notice we have a luggage rack on the back of this also. And these are the correct style steel wheels for 1966. And I mean, we got the GT stripes on here. This paint on this is beautiful. Door opens and closes good. Also, the window, you know, it worked really good. And it's got the remote mirror on here, so you got all the accessories. Again, you can see it closes good. This is all beautiful along here. All this, I mean, this car, thousands and thousands of dollars was spent on it. That's just a little dust there. On there, I mean, everything looks great on here. These tires, you know, these are, I think, are brand new, pretty much. I mean, I'd probably put more miles on this car now than the guy I bought it from. I mean, all this looks really nice. I mean, the paint's all just beautiful. The chrome is beautiful on here. Underneath here is beautiful. Got the GT light bar on here. There is a little chip right there. We haven't done anything like brush touching or anything on this car, and you can get a chip from now and then. But everything else looks good. the hood, you reach right underneath here to open the hood, and closes, and of course you can see how beautiful all this is, all painted. I mean, all the detail on this car is just really, really nice. As you can see, this side, the passenger side on this car is beautiful. I mean, it all looks great. The stripes set it off with the GT emblem. But I want to tell you what really looks beautiful to me is how nice this all is. I'm sure this is all brand new in here. Everything looks really good. There is a chip right here in the paint right there. You can't help it. They get there from time to time. The window on this thing, it's just like the rest, everything else on this car. It all works real good. Door closes nice. And of course you can see it's beautiful along here. Everything looks good. The boot matches the interior, so it all looks really, really nice. This is a nice car. Okay. As you can see, the back end of this car is beautiful. We got the backup lights. We got the GT trumpet exhaust. This chrome is beautiful. We got a GT gas cap on here. And of course, the luggage rack. I did find a chip right there in the paint, just a little dinky one. Could be brush touched. And you can open up this trunk. I got to show you another feature on here that you don't see very often. Right here is a remote light, so when you open it up, it goes on. You can see how clean and nice this is. There's a car cover, it comes with the car. There's a 10 CD changer right there. I haven't got it working. I don't know anything much about that. Spare tire is good. It's just a nice, clean car. And of course, this closes down nice. It's just like all the rest of this car. It's in great shape. I just wanted to show you you can see the seam on there on the bottom of the fender where they put a seam in. And you can see here, this is all good. This has not been changed and it's not all rusted out right in there. Same with this side. You can see the seam there where they put the quarter on the bottom. And you can see I took the CD player out so I could get here. And you can see this is all original and good, and of course the new gas tank. We got the spare tire, and you got the jack and the lug wrench. There's your headlights, high beam, low beam, turn signal, right side, fog lights, wipers, and they're 2-speed wipers too. See the brake lights on, and then reverse light right there. Now this has a power top. We'll show you how that works. On here, take the snaps loose, set the boot in there. And you can see this new rubber, everything on here. I mean, this thing's nice. I gotta open the clamps up. And this top may go on hard because it's been a while since we've had the top down on it. Sometimes you gotta grab right back in there. There we go. Just grab on there a little bit. The top goes. Now that top works real nice on here. And of course, you just gotta unclamp it. And I always put the brackets back in on there. And there goes the top. And when I get it to there, I always like to get out and make, I forgot, this has got a glass rear window in it. And it's unzipped, so you don't have to do that. Thing on a glass window, you want to make sure there's nothing in there, because if you do, you can crack the glass. And that's how the top works on this car. It's just like everything, I think we had to put a new pump in it. Did we put a new pump in this? Yeah, we had to install a new pump because it wasn't working as good as we liked.
The hydraulic rams.
Oh, we replaced the hydraulic rams and the pump? Just the hydraulic rams. It wasn't working as good and they were leaking a little bit. So that gives you an idea how the top goes up. The inside of this car, of course, is beautiful. It's all new. I mean, everything's been redone. Stuff. It's got the Deluxe pony interior. It all matches with, this is what they call it, parchment. And we got the console. We got air conditioning and the air blows cold. The dash pad on here is beautiful on here. And we have Shelby has signed the glove box on this car. We have a working rally pack on here, and I'm sure it's brand new stuff. We got the simulated wood grain wheel on here. I mean, this car looks really nice. It's got the lights work in the doors. I mean, all this, all looks just really, really well done. As you can see, the rally pack is working, and it's 20 to 1 right now. And you can see we got 19,023 miles on here. And of course our gauges all work and everything. And I know the gas gauge works because I put fuel in it. See, the tach works. This gauge, Brad's played with this and tried to get it to not jump around, but every now and then it'll jump like you see it there. There's nothing wrong with it. They couldn't get it to do any different than that. Heater works good in this car. And the controls all work nice and smooth. Heater blows good. The radio works. I haven't figured out the CD player yet, but it's got the 10 CD player in the trunk. So, and of course you can see we got the Shelby on here, and I want to show you this because this works good too. It blows cold, and we'll show you that. I want to use my temperature gauge on so you can see it working. Now I want to show you how this air conditioner works on here. Turn this on, and I already got this down cold. Wow. Look at there, 29, 27, 24. I think that doesn't pump out cold air, 22, 21. Of course, it's a cold day. Now we're down to 18, 17. Man. It wouldn't be that cold normal. Look at there, we're down to 10 degrees. So 9 degrees, 7 degrees. Wow. Anyway, you can see that this air works quite well. Glove box, 4-way flasher in there. I mean, you got it all on here. This is just another example I wanted to show you, just show you how nice and clean this is. This is the way the whole car is. And we'll take a look up here on this front up here. Yeah, so you can see how nice and clean it is. Door sills, of course, are brand new. You can just tell they're super nice. The quarters on these fenders have been replaced, and you can see there's no drain vent. It's the same on the other side over there. But I can look up in here, and this has all not been retouched. And you can see we got a brand new gas tank in here. And you can see how clean all this is. I mean, this here, and I can see these brand new brake lines on here and everything. And you can look up in here, and all that's been, I'm sure those floor pans have been replaced. It just looks like it to me. Either that or that when they stripped this car down, they stripped it down and repainted everything. And you can see the exhaust is all new. It hasn't had a chance to decolor or anything else. And that all looks good. The floor pans here all look, I mean, all this looks real good. Of course, one of the things I always look for too is if the drain vents are in here good and everything. And right here is the stamped numbers, and they're there on both sides. This is all real good and solid in here. You can see all this looks nice and clean and good and solid all across here. And we're getting into this automatic overdrive transmission. He rebuilt the transmission, the stock C4, and he wasn't happy with it, so he put a automatic overdrive transmission in here. Really drives nice with that transmission. I found 2 spots of rust on it, right inside this plate here, and then on this bottom part of this plate here, that haven't been repaired. it won't hurt anything at all, but they're just two small spots there. As you can see, everything's nice and fresh. There's new bolts down here. This is the bottom of the 289, and I mean, everything's nice and clean, the A-frames, everything. And of course, we've got disc brakes on the front here. And then right here, this car did not have power steering on it. I mean, it's got all these options on it. So we installed power steering, and you notice we don't have the rams underneath here like the standard deal. This has got a pump, and the power steering is in the box. Much better setup on there. Continuing on, I mean, you can see that this has all got brand new pieces on here, right in through here and everything else. I mean, they went through this car really very thoroughly. They had it all apart so they could, and he wasn't happy with it when he bought it, and so he just went to town. And once you start, where do you stop? And this is one of those cases where you spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on this, and you're the one that's going to benefit from it. Let's take a look at the engine compartment on this Mustang, and as you can see, it's totally detailed beautifully on here. VIN number is right here, just like it's supposed to be, and you can see with the stock original air conditioner setup on here. It's got an expansion tank right here on here, and it's got a little bit of a shroud on the fan. I mean, this engine compartment all looks really good. The chrome rocker covers on there, and you can see the master cylinder and the power booster back there, and it's a split brake system. So, and we got disc brakes, of course, on the front, so this thing's really good. Take a look here. There's a big double pumper Holley carburetor underneath there. So you got, this thing runs quite well, and I think you'll have a good time with this car. It's really solid and nice, and it just had a lot of money spent on it, thousands of dollars spent on it, so everything's new and nice. Okay. You have to admit, it's a beautiful engine compartment in there. It's just detailed really, really well. That's just condensation, you see. Well, it's a beautiful day in Seattle, so I hope you enjoy this test drive on this beautiful Mustang. I really like the power steering that I put on this car. I've never installed this style before. This power steering unit goes through the steering box. So it uses a different steering box, and it steers a little differently. I mean, it steers really good. The power steering works great. You don't even notice the power steering. Now we're heading up onto I-5 northbound. Now you get a chance to see this on the freeway, so you can see how nice it runs and drives. It's a nice car. It's all loaded. Oh, I got the turn signal on there. This is a nice car, and I want to tell you, it runs and drives nice. You can see we're doing about 60 miles an hour right now. I'll step on it here so you can get an idea how well it goes. Now you'll be able to get to see the right side of this Mustang convertible. Now you can see it looks good. on all sides, and it drives great. This just gives you a good idea how all this Mustang runs and drives. Well, we're back to Draegers, and I hope you enjoyed this shot of the Mustang convertible going down the freeway. And we'd be more than happy to have you call and ask any questions about it, or come see it in person. Anyway, come see us. Draegers, 206-533-9600. Thank you very much.
I'm Andrew Draeger, and if you have any questions about this vehicle, please don't hesitate to call or email us.
I'm Jerry Draeger, and we're a father-son team, and we hope you enjoyed the video and understand that we really try really hard to go over the vehicle with this video to show you everything. Doesn't mean that I get every single spot or anything else, but I try, and Andrew and I both work really hard to make sure the vehicles are in top shape before they leave here. You got any questions, always give us a call or email us. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. We really invite you to come see them. And if you can't, you should have them inspected. I think it's really important to make sure you understand what you're buying. The Draeger family thanks you. Give us a call, 206-533-9600.